Hi, Attorney Steve Hondren, licensed practice law in California and Arizona, business and real estate litigation. We are talking today another exciting, groundbreaking episode of Commission College, where real estate brokers sometimes have to fight it out and slug it out on the streets, not literally, but to get their commission. So without further ado, let's go to the Attorney Steve litigation whiteboard. Okay, so we're back. Again, another episode of Commission College. And we are talking in this video about Young versus Rose. This is an Arizona case. This is a case about buyers agreements, buyers exclusive agency agreements. Now, sometimes people will ask me, "Hey, Attorney Steve, do you think real estate brokers should have exclusive listing contracts with their buyers?" And I say, yes, why not? If you're going to be doing a lot of work, you're going to be putting out time, money, and effort on your part. You're going to be loyal with fiduciary duties to them. Why can't they sign a little document that says you're their exclusive agent on the buyer's side of the transaction? Why can't they sign that? So a lot of agents, especially younger agents, are afraid to ask for that. They're sort of say, just makes me feel a little uncomfortable trying to get them to sign something. No, get them to sign. You're a professional. You work hard for your money. Get them to sign that buyer's agreement. So that's what this video is about. Young versus Rose. This is an Arizona case. I wouldn't say equally applicable to California, but a lot of times the rules are generally the same. So think about it but as you're engaging in these exclusive listing contracts. So here is a case where you have your buyer, which was Rose, and the Roses were looking for property in Paradise Valley. Wanted to, find a nice property in the Valley of the Sun. Valley of the Sun. It's a real nice place to live. Great place for investments for your clients. Take a look at Arizona. Fantastic. So you have your buyer, you have your agent, Young. Young is the real estate agent. And what had happened is the parties were dealing with each other over the course of time. I think it was 18 months. And they had entered into a series of exclusive listing contracts. Here's our contract. So we have our buyer, our agent, our contract. So they had entered into 1, 2, 3, and I think it was the third contract that was actually at issue in the case. So what happened is the buyer was looking in 2 specific area codes that were spelled out in 85018 and 85253. Both very nice districts in the Valley of the Sun, Paradise Valley area. That's the buying. That's why we're going green today. Show me the money. This was the big purchase in Paradise Valley. And I think the actual citation to the lawsuit, 230 Arizona 433, doesn't actually tell you what the final sales price was, unless I missed it. I just didn't see it. But you can assume it was in the $4 million range, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, but it was somewhere in that range. So it was a big commission. 3% of that, what's that? 120. 2% of that, what's that? You get the message. But you have $4 million times 0.30, so you got 120,000 potential commission on that. Okay, so that's what you have there. So a lot of money at stake. So the agent, Young, smart, get it in writing, go for it, and get them to sign that. And so what happened, though, where the issue arose in this case, is the buyer signed the final exclusive listing agreement. The buyer actually signed it. There's the signature. They signed their name and they sent it over to the agent Young. The agent Young sent it back, but did not sign it. Sent it back unsigned, basically, with an email that said, "Thank you. Thank you for sending that back to me. Thank you for the listing." So this was the issue. It wasn't signed. So of course, the buyer, as what often happens when you're not under contract, they go to somebody else, or even when you are under contract, I guess, but they go to somebody else, they buy the house with another agent, or they buy it by themselves, trying to get a better deal. The broker's up in arms. They're saying, "Oh my gosh, this is big money I lost. I lost the 120,000, I lost 100,000 in commissions. Do I have any rights? What can I do? Can I sue them? Is arbitration? What do I got?" So basically, when it went to court, went up to the Court of Appeals, Arizona, and the agent Young was arguing statute of frauds. If you remember the statute of frauds, certain contracts need to be in writing to be enforceable. Say it again, statute of frauds. Certain contracts need to be in writing to be enforceable. From real estate school, we know if it relates to real estate, get it in writing. We know that, okay? So statute of frauds. So what the agent was arguing is, look, I got it signed. They signed it. The buyer signed it. They satisfied the statute of frauds. They're the party to be charged. They're the defendant in the case. We're good. We're good, essentially. And the buyer, on the other hand, was saying, well, wait a second. There's another statute in Arizona that you are forgetting about, Mr. Real Estate Broker, and that is ARS 32-2151.02. I'm going to bookmark this here. This is what you're going to want to see. ARS 32.2151.02A. You can look it up right there. Blow it up, save it on your screen, look it up, or you can just look up the Young versus Rose case. You'll find it there as well. This part of the statute relates to real estate brokerage, as it says all parties must sign the contract. So there's a dispute here. So they're saying, well, statute of frauds, you signed it, you should be bound. They're saying, why should I be bound when you didn't even sign it and there's a statute that specifically addresses this? So what is the court to do? Do a little juggling act and say, well, here's what the court said. The court said, look, we have both statutes in Arizona. We have both statutes, okay? We have the statute of frauds, ARS 44-1017, ARS 44-1017, and we also have this one. So rather than pretending like one or the other it controls us, read them in harmony. Reminds me of that Elton John song, Harmony in Me. Read it in harmony, okay? And so the court, in looking at this, said, well, you should have signed your contract, Mr. Broker, and for that, you don't get your commission. $100,000, your time, your effort, your attorney fees, So that's how it goes. So this is an important lesson for you brokers out there. Yes, it's important to get that exclusive contract if you can get it. Discuss your term and your limits, where it's going to be. Help your buyer, honor your fiduciary duties, try to get that deal on the hopper, but always make sure that you're signing your contracts, both parties, okay? And there was an issue, I'm not going to get into it here, about digital signatures. You can look up the case if you're really interested in that topic for another day. But that's it. Get your referral contracts in writing, get your agency contracts in writings, and if you have disputes, you need arbitration, litigation, you need an attorney to be there for you to help you fight for the green, give us a call. Remember, Attorney Steve, and you can find us at commissioncollege.com, commissioncollege.com. This has been another exciting episode of Commission College. Feel free to share it on your social media networks, your websites. Say, hey, this Attorney Steve guy helping us make our living. Okay? Thanks again. We appreciate it. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel. Take care.